I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. So we finished Jeremiah, and we were reading about what happened shortly after the city of Jerusalem was destroyed. We had Gedaliah appointed governor, he is assassinated, his assassin is driven out, and then the remnant people drag Jeremiah down to Egypt. That all happens in the 11th year. So now we're going to turn back to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 32 through 39 all takes place in the 12th year. But there's a little confusion here because in chapter 33, verses 21 through 33 says it takes place in the 10th month of the 12th year. But chapter 32 says it is in the 12th month of the 12th year. So there's a little confusion. It is 32 and then the first half of 33 coming after the second half of 33 and all of the rest of these chapters, 34 through 39? Or is it just the second half of 33 that's out of place that goes before everything else and everything else just falls in line? It's a little confusing. So the way I'm going to read this, in this video we are going to read the second half of chapter 33, verses 21 through 33. I will then go to chapter 32, then read the first half of 33, and so on through, in order, through chapter 39. Because I do think it's just this one part that is out of place. Let us read. The chapter heading states, Watchmen who raise the warning voice save their own souls. Repentant sinners are saved, the righteous who turn to sin are damned. The Jews in Jerusalem are destroyed because of their sins. Okay, the second half is that the Jews in Jerusalem being destroyed. The repentant being saved and all that, that's the first half, and we'll read that shortly, but we're going to read about Jerusalem right now. Verse 21. And it came to pass in the 12th year of our captivity, in the 10th month, in the 5th day of the month, that one that had escaped out of Jerusalem came unto me, saying, The city is smitten. Now the hand of the Lord was upon me in the evening, afore he that was escaped came, and had opened my mouth until he came to me in the morning, and my mouth was opened, and I was no more dumb. This is weird, because it says he was no more dumb. Now dumb technically means you can't talk. Now the last prophecy we read from Ezekiel, I think was in the 7th or 8th year. Oh no, we did read one in the 10th year. Now this is like 2 years later, is Ezekiel saying that after that last prophecy that we read, that he was no longer allowed to prophesy, that God had prevented him. I don't know. It just sounds a little odd. But we do have a footnote here back to, on the word dumb, so it's referring back to Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 27. And that was a prophecy that when somebody came from Jerusalem, he would be allowed to prophesy again. Again, I'm not sure why, because we actually have a prophecy from the 10th year. We also have a prophecy of his from the 11th year. So in the same year that Jerusalem was destroyed. It was in the 4th month of the 11th year. This is the 5th month of the 12th. No, this is the 10th month of the 12th year. So 18 months earlier. It's an odd thing there. But let us continue. Verse 23. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, they that inhabit those wastes of the land of Israel speak, saying, Abraham was one, and he inherited the land, but we are many. The land is given us for inheritance. Wherefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Ye eat with the blood, and lift up your eyes toward your idols, and shed blood, and shall ye possess the land? Ye stand upon your sword, ye work abomination, and ye defile every one his neighbor's wife, and shall ye possess the land? Say thou thus unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, As I live, surely they that are in the wastes shall fall by the sword, and him that is in the open field will I give to the beasts to be devoured. And they that be in the forts and in the caves shall die of the pestilence. For I will lay the land most desolate, and the pomp of her strength shall cease, and the mountains of Israel shall be desolate, that none shall pass through. Then shall they know that I am the Lord, when I have laid the land most desolate because of all their abominations which they have committed. Israel here is basically saying that they're justifying themselves as the descendants of Abraham. Saying God promised this to Abraham. He was only one man at the time, but because we're many and we're his descendants, we're going to inherit the land. And God is saying, wait a minute. Look at all the evil you're doing, and do you think I'm going to bless you? Do you think you can inherit this land when you are being so evil? No, you're going to be destroyed. And I like that way. That God isn't just saying you're going to be destroyed and this is why. He is making them question their own reasoning. So you think you're going to inherit, but you've done this and this and this. Why do you think that after all this, you're still going to get blessed? It's a great way to teach. But let us finish this out. Verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they shew much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. The people are basically ridiculing, mocking Ezekiel behind his back. That's what they're coming to you and they're listening to you like you're just that they're at a concert. It's just a nice, pleasant thing to pass the time. But they're not actually doing anything. They're not listening and changing their ways. It's a form of entertainment to them. But they'll know. They'll recognize you eventually. In the end, they'll know you were a prophet. I like that. I like that description. Do we listen to the prophets for entertainment? Do we go to General Conference just to be entertained? I'm going to leave that here, and we will be turning back to chapter 32 next, and finishing out this section of Ezekiel. So I will see you there.